probably should win this one Saturday. I'm pretty confident that they're going to win against Texas Tech. I know they have a good offense, and their bats can come alive at the time. So I think UL probably should win this one fairly easily.
Yeah, I think UL will beat Texas Tech too. I don't think Texas Tech. I think if they have a cold night like they did in Ruston, I mean, it depends on how well you handle the road. I mean, you get kind of used to it. They kind of travel a little bit here and there, but if UL's bats can come alive and they can produce some runs, then I think they can possibly win this one. They did very well batting whenever I went to Teague Moore Field this past weekend. Not this weekend coming up. I'll be going Saturday to an Ice Gators game. You coming too, Juicy, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to go. Hopefully I get that ticket around you.
Speaking of the Ice Gators, they are going to be trying to break the SPHL attendance record. I think it's like 9,000 people, which it's not a large crowd. But you got to understand, in South Louisiana, hockey is not a big sport. And they're offering $6 tickets. I think $1 of the proceeds for every ticket sold go to St. Jude's charity. And it's nice to get back to the community every once in a while. So me, Mike Concho, and Juicy will be over there. And a couple of our friends. And we're all going to kick back and relax and watch some Louisiana hockey. Which is kind of strange to be talking about Louisiana hockey because, you know, it normally doesn't have snow around here at all to play hockey, so.
No, but that's funny. That's kind of like when Jamaica had a bobsled team.
Yeah, they got stuff like.
They don't snow in Jamaica.
Yeah, about like that. So yeah, I got UL Lafayette knocking off Texas Tech though, and me and Juicy agree on that one. And on Sunday, you got Nicolay versus, they don't have Rice's probable pitcher up yet, but UL Lafayette versus Rice. Who you got, Juicy?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with Ragin Cajuns on this one. It should be I actually think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I know Rice and UL both have big bats. I think this one both teams score double digits. I could be wrong, but UL will win this game, I think. But I know UL beat them like last year in regionals. That's the only thing I have anything to go off of, but you really can't go off of last year. But,
well, a lot of UL's players are.
They came back to beat them. I know they were down, but I expect it to be a good game. I think UL should win.
I think UL will beat Rice this year again. I don't think Rice is going to come along and knock off UL. I mean, we're kind of like we're saying we're seeing what all these teams are made of. This is a good tournament to really measure yourself against other conferences and other baseball teams. I know baseball, anybody can get beat on any given day. It's kind of a different sport than you say football and basketball, but I think UL's got a good chance to knock off Rice. I'll give them the win. All right, now that we're done talking about UL, let's get to LSU here. The Sacramento State Hornets are taking on number 5 LSU. Well, actually number 8 LSU according to the Baseball America poll. UL is ranked number 10. But like I said, all these websites, they use the best ranking that they are given. Like I said, to give their team a good chance, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
everyone ends up going Division 1.
Well,
Division 1 that conference 25.
Yeah. Well, the series record, this is the first meeting between LSU and Sacramento State, which is... They still got the WAC around? I thought that conference was gone.
It might not be going to baseball.
Yeah, well, apparently it's still around, which is a member of the Western Athletic Conference. Okay, WAC is still around, apparently. Okay.
In baseball, I know it's not football.
I know it's not there in football anymore, but yeah, WAC. The WAC's around. Okay, that's kind of a surprise. You learn things every day. I didn't know that. Jared Poche will take on Sam Long. Sam Long lost the game. He has a 4.5 ERA, Sam Long. 4 innings pitched, 2 base on balls, and 3 strikeouts. Jared Poche for LSU, He's a junior left-handed pitcher. He didn't pick up a win. He's 0-0, 2.7 ERA, 6.2 innings pitched, 3 base on balls, and 5 strikeouts. Juicy, who you got?
I think LSU's gonna win this game. They play tonight, huh?
It does play tonight. It's at Alex Box Stadium. LSU's at home.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win this game tonight. And I'll be honest with you, I think they're probably gonna sweep the teams. I think LSU's got too much. I know the bats are dangerous, but the pitching is even more dangerous. I just think the pitching is going to be too much for Sacramento State to handle. So I think LSU's going to sweep. Have another sweep.
They're going to go with the sweep. They're going to take the broom out and sweep.
They're going to take that broom out and sweep.
Well, I think I kind of agree with Juice. I think LSU will bring out the sweep as well. They might drop a game, but I think they'll win the series. I mean, this is how baseball is.
Anything, I think the only game they might drop is probably the Sunday game.
I was thinking Sunday, too. I think they might drop the Sunday, but I don't think that. More than likely, I think a sweep will happen, but if they do drop one, it'll probably be Sunday. I think the Friday and Saturday pitchers are too good for Sacramento State to be able to handle for LSU. Because they got Saturday, they got Alex Lang, who in 6 innings of work, he did not allow a single run. And he had 9 strikeouts and 3 base on balls. So, to me, it's going to be a very great game for baseball. You can watch the games online. They have all 3 games may be viewed on SEC Network Plus and accessible at WatchESPN.com. And you can watch on the Watch ESPN app. But I know that LSU, you can watch them on the Watch ESPN app on your phone. It's not really called Watch ESPN app anymore. They migrated it into the ESPN app. So if you want to watch LSU there, you can get them on there as well. I've been trying to get... you can watch LSU. I'm talking about where you can watch LSU at, Juicy. I've been trying to get you to...
So it's not Watch ESPN no more?
Well, they migrated the ESPN app, so you know what? Yeah, actually, I still got the app on my phone because sometimes I don't feel like messing with the ESPN app. To me, to watch ESPN app works better to me, but yeah, I don't really watch it. I have Cox Sports Television over here, so I'll be able to watch the UL game, so it's not going to be too hard there. But yeah, Juicy, you need to get the Watch ESPN app.
Yeah, I have it. I just don't know my mom's password for her DirecTV account.
That's a good thing about it because you're able to watch any sports game and it's like really very easy on you, you know? I mean,
is the password though for the email address or just for the phone number?
It's whatever's on that account. I don't know what my mom's was very easy. She didn't know hers, but I was able to crack her account.
How you cracked it?
I cracked it because I knew some personal information, and I know what she always uses as her password. That's what I typed in, and it was so easy. I'm like, Mom, you need to really work on that. But I do work for IT. I do work for IT help desk too, so that helps out a lot too. Kind of evil, ain't it? I'm kind of evil, huh? I hacked my mom's account, but I was on the phone. I was on the phone with her, and I told her, "Hey, you mind if I try to get to watch ESPN?" Which my mom don't care, by the way. She was okay with it, and she was like, "Oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out what your password is." She's like, "I don't know my password." I'm like, "Well, let me try to think of something. Let me type this in." Well, I was wrong the first time. Won't say I was magic every single time I get into it. So I typed in my second password that I thought it might have been, and well, Lord and behold, I got it wrong the second try. But I thought maybe she was using a different email address, but she always uses the same email address. She's like me. She's like me with a lot of my other social media accounts. If everybody found out what my one password I use for everything is, which I don't think no one's going to figure it out unless they get they hack like Facebook's literally their infrastructure of their websites and how it's made and everything. They won't be able to figure mine out. I think they'll have to get into it that way. They have to leak something for that to happen. Which
I always use the for everything too.
I think a lot of people's the same way. I know we're not the only ones.
Just make your password. Make your password as I don't remember, and you'll never forget.
Well, now that you said that, now everybody's gonna be like, "All right, let's try to hack Juicy's Twitter, Instagram." Don't get any ideas, folks. Don't get any ideas out there. But yeah, who's excited for baseball? I'm so happy baseball is back, man. I've been waiting on it.
I'm so glad baseball's back too.
But yeah, I do miss football. Football's my sport, but Mike Honcho, I think, loves baseball more than football. Which, I mean, what's your take on this? You a football crowd person or a baseball Juicy?
Wait, me, I'm always a football person. Football's number one, but baseball's right behind it, number two.
I have to say that too. Basketball for me is like a number three because, I mean, I like basketball, but I just don't really. Well, if I had to pick a sport that's third, it might be NASCAR. I like NASCAR, but I don't know because I can't sit down and watch basketball. I like to be at the games for basketball. I would love to go to a NASCAR track, but that's it's a little ways from where we're at.
Well, let's go to a NASCAR race this year.
They say that once you go, like, okay, the knock on NASCAR is, so how can people watch that? Well, I'm going to say this. My uncle told me this. My uncle been to Talladega for, let's see, how many years? He went a lot in the 80s and the 90s. And he said this. I'll quote him what he said. You go to one of those races, you will be forever a fan because you just get hooked. If you go to it one time, you'll be a fan. That's just what he told me because he's like, there's something about the races that make you become a fan. So, I mean, like, the first time I went, I remember my first football game, college football game that I went to was, it was an LSU football game way back in 2004. I went to LSU football game. That was about, been a while, been about 12 years ago I went. LSU had just won the national championship for the first time in like 50 years, something like that, or 40 years. It was somewhere around there, and I was about 9, 10 years old. And I remember being with my dad and my mom and a lot of their friends. We were tailgating, and my dad was drinking and stuff. And the tailgating atmosphere was fun. We went into the game, and I was just blown away. I think that's the day I really became a football fan because I was blown away about how many people was in one place, and it was just like just the energy, the excitement, just the intensity, Death Valley.
There's nothing like no LSU tailgate.
And now that I go to UL, I feel the same way about it. Like it got rekindled in me, going in football and stuff like that, being the passion about it. Because, I think it's different being from a fan's point of view. I was on both sides of the coin. I was a fan of LSU when I was growing up. Didn't really look at UL that much. But then whenever I started to realize I was going to go to UL, I got more excited. I got more being a fan. I became more of a fan of UL than I was at LSU because I went to school at UL. There's something different about it. Well, I mean, that's the way it is for both of us. Mike been a UL fan since like 2010, 2009, somewhere around then, back then. But, like I always supported UL as my second team, I didn't really go LSU as my team until about 2012. It's whenever I started shifting over to being a UL fan because I'm not a bandwagon fan now, and I know you're going to say that. I'm a bandwagoner. But there's something different. There's something different about going to a college. That's just my opinion on it. You go there, you get more in tune. Like Juicy, I know me and you went to LSUE together. That's where we met.
Yeah, it's still a branch of LSU.
It's still a branch of LSU, but I liked LSUE. I was a big LSUE baseball fan. I would go check in the library when I was working over there at LSUE. They
even sold student section tickets to LSU games over there.
Yeah, that was a good thing about it. But I never went